Uh, 1826, and it was an old hotel. And then in 1898, there was a gentleman who purchased the old hotel and added on to it. So when we leave this room and we go into the next room, that's where the new 1898 section starts. So follow me through here. So this is pretty obvious. This is our police and fire department room. This also used to be a dining room for women and children. They had a separate entrance. It was kind of closed off from the men's dining area. And more importantly, it was off of the bar. And this is our bar room in here. How fitting. So this was the big bar room. Behind the coverlet that's hanging on the wall there, that's the entrance for our bar. But this is where you would come if you were looking for a little afternoon beverage, or maybe a girl or two to dance on your lap. It just depended what you wanted. But this was the bar room. Yeah. It's really kind of neat where these chairs are. You can see there's this worn path that kind of goes the whole length of the floor here. It like sloops down a little bit. So this is the path of the bartender, and this is where he walked every day for about 40 years. And the bar itself was out here. You can see where it used to be. But yeah, this was his spot back here. And it's interesting because a lot of people will say that when they're sitting here, it feels like, you know, somebody's walking. They kind of bounce a little bit. This is not the original location of this building. This building was moved in one piece, and there are 23 rooms in this building. And it was moved here in 1976. Room here, this comes right in. It looks like a bedroom. This was actually the men's dining room, the gentleman's room. So this is where the gentlemen would come and have dinners, lunches, whatever's. And it looks like somebody's been on the bed. This is interesting. Look at that. Huh. Who knows? It wasn't me. I left at 11 last night. But this is where the gentlemen would dine. But this is a bedroom set that came from a very well-known family here in Palmyra. And I think it's beautiful. It's a really nice bedroom set. The family was the McLeod family. And the gentleman who owned the furniture was a judge here in town. And sometimes people will say that, you know, if they're sitting over there, they can see like a reflection or something in the mirrors. But yeah, not so much. I haven't seen anything in the mirror. I've seen the shadows in here and the people going back and forth, but not in the mirror, which is a good thing, I think. All right, we'll take you upstairs to your hotel room. So this is the 1898 section of the hotel. This was the add-on. And down here you would have your hotel rooms. Here at the hotel you did not pay for the room. You actually paid for half of a bed. So that's why a lot of women tended to travel with chaperones, because you never knew who you were going to end up in a room with. Now you could come here and say, well, I want a full bed, and purchase, you know, the whole bed. However, some of the bigger rooms had more than one bed. So there really was no guarantee. Now, you shared the bed and you shared a bathroom. And that is the original bathroom that was put on in the early 1900s, so about 1904. And that is exactly what it looked like.
Wow.
The color and everything, which is so pretty.
Yeah, that color.
So down this hallway, the rooms each have a different theme. We have our military. This is a very early military room, so you've got your Civil War, Spanish-American War, Revolutionary War in there. And then down this hallway, you're going to see we have a morning room. And not like a morning, noon, and night. It's the morning, I'm so sad, my husband has died in the war room. We also have a tool room, a kitchen room. We have a couple other military rooms. And then we have our beloved children and doll room. Everybody loves that. Yeah, lots of dolls, lots of cuties. We've been having an issue down there with the bear. There's a bear on the top shelf and someone keeps knocking them down. I don't know who, but I'll tell you, I've interviewed them. They're not talking. Now down this hallway, you're going to find our medical room. I was just going to say,
I was seeing them.
Yep. We have our medical room, and then we have our photography room. The photography room will actually go into a couple
I'm a
of
photographer too.
rooms. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I'm excited about
You're
that
gonna
one.
love
Yeah.
that. Yes. And then when you go into the photography room, there's another room that has another room. And that's our organizations. So we have Lions Club, Rotary, Knights Templar. And then we have our religion room. We have a room that is dedicated to Admiral Sampson and to Captain Ira Lakey, who was a whaling captain. And then we have a merchant room. And then at the very end is the East Palmyra School area. And that's a pretty cool little neat area down there. So this was not the original location of this building. The original location was actually on the next block on William Street. Over here on this lot, there were little rental properties, small homes, and in this particular section, there was a home that had a mom and dad and 6 children. And December 20th, 1964 was a day that no one in Palmyra will ever forget, probably Wayne County. There was a fire around 2 o'clock in the morning. The dad was not home, but the mom was home with the children, and they were killed in the fire. The oldest boy was 8, almost 9, and the youngest was 2. And they found mom with 4 of the kids near the kitchen and near the back door. And then they found the oldest boy with the youngest boy. But it took them a little bit to find them. It was pretty tragic. And every once in a while we get visitors that come here who remember them. The last person that came, I can't remember his name, which is probably a good thing, but he came and he said, oh yeah, we used to live across the street, and I remember the fire, and I was friends with Eddie, and I was just like, oh my gosh, you know, like it really puts that real feel on these kids. And he said, yeah, we were sledding that day, and I told him he was a stupid sledder, or he told me, he called him a stupid sledder, and this guy said to Eddie, I hope you die. And he said that night was the fire.
Oh my gosh.
And he remembered like he was like 10, so he remembers like the firemen going and coming to the door and knocking and saying, have you seen the kids? Have you seen the kids? And when he came here, he said, you know, I'm getting up there. I don't have much time. And I just want to make sure that, you know, they know I'm sorry. And I said, hey, we've all said something stupid when we were 10. That's not on you.
Right.
He did feel really bad.
That's
but,
terrible.
you know, when you hear stories like that, you know, it's one thing to hear about the, you know, the kids and the whole thing. I think the most mysterious part of the whole thing is, where was the dad? And it's still a mystery to this day, even though he's now gone. But, you know, the rumor was that he pulled into town. And he was on the main street, he saw the fire down here, he saw the fire trucks and everything, and decided he was just going to go stay on the main street with a friend. So he literally watched the whole thing from this main street apartment, and then the next day came down, but there was nothing left. So the original basement for the home, for the Breeden family, is down in our basement. So this building was going to be torn down. And so we purchased the building and built a foundation here and had it moved and put over their foundation, not even really knowing anything about it. You know, Bonnie was the one who was here, and she would hear weird noises, you know, a woman crying and kids, and then she did a little research and found like, oh, 132 Market? Oh, that's where we are. So
you still go down there and you can smell the dirt.
Yeah.
Do they know how the fire started?
They don't. No.
Still a mystery.
They
That's
thought
crazy.
it had to have been some kind of an accelerant because it was real fast and
Wow.
hot. And,
Probably man-made or something. So
yeah,
probably
yeah.
the father that
So you make you wonder if it was the father that did it.
Yeah, how would you see
Right?
that your family's house is on fire and
I
they're
would
in
be,
the house?
Yeah, you know,
and-
you see those people that are like,
No, I'm just gonna go stay over here.
Spectating like somebody else's.
Yeah, like totally
I don't know.
disassociative.
Like I wonder if he had like a girl on the side and didn't want to be with him. You know?
He sure did have a girl on
Yeah.
the side because he had another child
Oh, okay.
Oh.
from another, who surfaced
Wow.
many years later. He literally took the entire family and he had them buried in Tennessee. So that was kind of suspicious too. But
Well, that's why I
yeah.
wasn't 100% sure, because I did find the pictures and I seen something see Tennessee. That's why I was kind of asking
Yep.
you guys if they were here in town. So we were going to go do
Yeah.
videos there, but
No,
okay. So they are in
yeah.
Tennessee.
They
That's
are
why I
in
did see
Tennessee.
it.
They're all in
Okay.
one. They're in one grave.
Okay. 'Cause
They
I got
have
the
one
headstone.
headstone.
And the picture. Yeah, I got that.
Yep.
Wow. So I'll see
Yeah.
that video.
If you go on Find a Grave.
Yep, I got it.
Yeah,
Yep. I got all
you'll
those
see.
clippings and all that.
And
ready for
even
it, so,
then,
yep.
like nobody really knows who purchased the stone because some of the spelling is not correct and some of the dates aren't even correct. So it's just really, you know, I mean, we know that the dad remarried. He remarried an older woman and she had no children. So, you know, after a few years, you get a phone call and it's this girl saying, hi, Paul Breeden is my dad, you know, and this woman was probably like, you're nuts because his children are dead. But they did a paternity test and she was
Wow.
his child. So, you know, who knows? Who knows? It could have been him, it could have been her. You don't know.
Shouldn't help us fall. Oh yeah, right here. It's like lightheadedness.
Well, dark for me.
Yeah, we're gonna come here. So maybe tomorrow we'll go.
Called me and he's like, "Hey, are you coming? We got a table
Yeah.
here." And I'm like, "What? Did somebody sign this up?" Yes. Go to it. Oh my
Yeah.
God, I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Like if I'd have known. I know there's somebody behind you. Don't tell me. But I'm gonna slowly move to the front of the building.
Or just
And she was like, "Oh,
Yeah, there's a weird feeling in there.
no, don't do it.
is she a
Just let me."
person that
Yeah.
usually,
Yeah. So I was like, just don't, let me go, let me move past you and move. And, yeah, that was a fun night.
Yeah, I've only gone we went, I think, I went to Hinsdale with.
Because
That's where
guess
Bonnie,
what?
she refused to go down the back stairs when that was her thing. She had to go back there, and that's why she always had
Yep.
the door locked down there, and she didn't want no one going down the stair steps.
Yep.
Her bad juju spot. You know?
Oh, look at these little old school desks. That's so sick.
Yeah.
So we're always like,
That
"No,
Tom
if the
Brady.
lights on, that's too bad."
Who died in the fire? Me. Paul. Paul's not supposed to be here. I said who started the fire? And they just said Paul. How did he start the fire? In house, burning. Dead.
Dead.
Gun? Knife? Money. I wonder if, did you get insurance money or anything?
I don't know.
Yes. Why did he burn down the house and kill his family? Yeah. Did he do it for money? Burn. Let me out, it said. Are you stuck in the fire? Yes. Who died in the fire? Me. What's your name? You just said burn. Like the fire next door, right?
Oh, wow.
Are you from the fire? Yeah, that was a girl, a little girl. What's your name?
Light that up again. You just started. You light that up? It's in my hand. That little yellow light. You were just lighting it up. Do it again. Sheila,
What?
I just said.
I just don't know if it's gonna be very good on like the film. Yeah, I think I did all of them. Yeah, I think I did all of them.
And then we have our beloved children and doll room. Everybody loves that. Yeah, lots of dolls, lots of cuties. We've been having an issue down there with the bear. There's a bear on the top shelf and someone keeps knocking him down. I don't know who, but I'll tell you, I've interviewed them. They're not talking.
Right now, this is the doll's room.
Who needs help? Okay, you hear that?
Oh.
So this bitch leave. Who's knocking over the bear in here? Bear.
There.
Who's knocking over the bear? The bear. I said me. What's your name that's knocking over the bear? Eddie.
Eddie?
You just said Eddie.
Oh, no.
That's the toddler, right? The
Eddie's
two?
gonna be in big trouble.
Eddie, you knocking over the bear? Yes. Sam?
Sam? That makes sense.
Who's Sam again?
He's the little one.
Like the 2-year-old?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So now you're blaming each other then? Or are you both doing it?
Oh boy, yeah.
The heck was that?
Yeah, that was clear as
Yeah,
day.
that was weird.
Yeah.
Who did it? Sam or Eddie?
So don't keep me long or something like that.
You're saying spirit. Who's knocking over the bear? Sam or Eddie? What is it, Sam? Okay. I just saw somebody standing right there.
Little, tall.
It was tall, but taller than me. So this is the basement of the museum. And on the spirit box, it wanted us to come down the basement, so that's what we're doing. So this is where the foundation of the old house is. This is the foundation of the house where the fire was. So we're gonna do the spirit box. I had the tape recorder running upstairs just to...
Xbox.
Xbox.
Scanning. FM.
Is anybody here from the fire? Oh, I can smell like burning wood. What did it say?
Black hole.
Black wall.
Black hole.
There are any of the children down here with us from the fire.
Get out.
You know?
No, I just been down here.
Let me just touch my back.
Come here, hon.
Let me just touch my back. That was a guy.
Someone's like, come here, hon.
Somebody just touched my back and it just said, "Come here, hon. Please help." Was there a fire here? Mm-hmm.
That was quick.
Who died in the fire? You can see even like this is charcoal burnt. Here I come. Who's coming? Mind you? Huh?
The priest. Behind the priest.
It's looking a lot of negativity tonight. I don't like that. Haha. Did you hear that? It laughed. Who's down here?
Where are you right now?
Okay. Is some of the children down here? Or the mother? What's your name?
Was this your home?
Yeah. What happened to your home? Dude, someone's touching me.
It was
Me.
Little Eddie, are you here? We are. Is there anything you'd like us to say for you? Can we tell people your story? The story. Well, tell them. okay? Is it okay if we let people know about your story? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna tell people about what happened to you, to live out your memory. You wanna tell the people who killed you?
It is hot. Is the house still burning?
So this is the foundation after the fire. It's still underground here in the basement. They literally built this house and put it over it. So you can actually still see the ash from the fire through it all.
Yeah, there's a burnt shoe right here, guys. Can you see it? Whose shoe is this? Okay, Lisa. I keep saying Lisa. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Who did it? Who burnt down the house?
This is a shoe from the fire.
This is a men's shoe. There's something. Can you tell me whose shoe this is?
But again, this is the ruins of the house fire. This was all the house that was left. They just buried it in the hole here.
I don't know whose this is though,
And
because
just built it all around it. Oop, damn. I heard that, buddy. You okay?
ow.
No, I just blacked out for a second. Yeah.
You said that's funny.
Oh, jeez.
Can you tell me whose shoe this is?
So that's Paul's shoe? Yeah.
That's all I needed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, we're gonna get out of here. Oh, damn, I should have too.
Here's your apple.
I'm just gonna right here. Oh!
So I'll just give you the basics. So this building is 1826.
Wow.
It has been many things throughout the years. The family that bought it came here in 1868. You'll know the family because their name is on the window, so it's the Phelps, William Phelps. William and Catherine came here and they purchased this building. This is actually part of the old storeroom. So it's really kind of hard to imagine it, but think of the back of the store. This is where they kept all the things that didn't go on the shelf right away. And it'll make more sense once we get in there.
Gorgeous.
You like it?
Gorgeous. Well, gorgeous.
Good evening, Jennifer.
Wow.
So, this is the store, and the story here is William and Catherine. They came here with their children. in 1868, and he decided that, you know, he was going to run this store and they were going to live upstairs. And so they ran the store until 1912, 1914, and then their son, Julius, took over. And at this time, Julius was married and he had a daughter, and everybody still lived upstairs. After William and Catherine passed away, their daughter, Julius, his wife, and Sybil continued living upstairs. The store remained open from 1868 until 1940. And Julius was the one in 1940 who was running the show. And at the end of a day in July, he decided he didn't want to do it anymore. So he locked the doors, and that was it. He gave the key to his daughter and said, hey, if you want the place, it's yours. And she said, no. So they continued living upstairs, but they never came back into the store. And that's why it looks the way it does, because it was untouched.
That's awesome.
Untouched, yep. Which I just find insane, because there was coffee and chocolate and other things in here that would, you know, it was already purchased, so why not use them? But yeah, they just kind of left things in here. Julius, after he passed away, Sybil still lived here. There has never been electricity in this building until we took it over in 1980. And Sybil lived with gas lighting, and she had no indoor plumbing. So she had an outhouse in the backyard that's still there. And this was her thing. She was a very interesting person, and hopefully you get to meet her tonight. She's
That's supposed to be her?
That's actually her mother. That's Catherine. Yeah, that's Catherine. Only Catherine and William should be behind that counter because the safe is back there. And you can see there's a big crack here. A little more so than it should be, but yeah. So in these pictures, this is Julius, and then William's behind the counter over here. So we had a group that came in, and one of them, oh, scared me. Someone was behind the counter, and they were teasing William, and reached into the safe and pulled out the keys and was saying that they were going to steal the money, and ha ha ha, isn't this funny? And all of a sudden there was a big crack. And that's when the lights came on and we discovered that this had been cracked. We're pretty sure it was William, because he was a very mild-mannered gentleman, and for him, you know, for someone to come in and touch his things and touch his safe and say they were going to take his money, that was just a little bit more than he was going to put up with. After that happened, there was no activity here for about a month. It was really scary. And finally, very slowly, they came back, and we just promised them that, you know, that would never happen again. So we're pretty particular. Yep, very particular about certain things. So, you know, we just tell people, please, you know, respect their things, and, you know, it goes beyond here being a museum.
Yeah.
It really does. After she died, there was no one left in the family.
Right.
So, you know, there was like, what do we do with the building?
Yeah.
And it was in really rough shape. It was in bad shape.
These eggs are from 1940.
There was a great aunt on her mother's side,
Yep.
who lived in Rochester, and she was like 90 something. And they said, you know, what do you want us to do? And she said, well, tear it down. What do I care?
Right.
And so this became our 5th museum, because we were like, well, we'll go in and take a look, and maybe we can save some stuff and you know, incorporate it into something else. But when they walked in here and saw this, everything stopped. They were just like, this is it. So
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, I know you were saying that they lived upstairs, so they probably didn't have to really worry about any leaks coming, you know.
not
since
so
this
much
is a
down
different
here,
time,
right? But the windows were broken. People were kind of coming in and out. especially when Sybil was here by herself. People were not nice to her. They, tried to scare her and everything. But yeah, and then upstairs is where the leaks in the roof.
Right.
That really took a toll. And this is actually a kind of a cool thing because you get to see, this was literally the front of the building. And it faced the Erie Canal.
Wow.
So you can look under here and see where the windows used to be. And those brown doors are the original 1826 doors.
Wow.
They have not changed in almost 200 years.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yep. They've never been painted or sanded down or varnished or anything. So that's pretty amazing. And then what they would do is paint the front of the building white. And they did that because advertising for them was stenciling. So that was an easy canvas to paint on with the white background. So that's why they did that.
Cream cheese.
Now, is this some of the people that work there, or was?
So that is the Shimon family. And if you look at the sign at the top, it says Jonathan Shimon,
Okay.
Horseshoer and Blacksmith. And then if you look down here, you'll see the back side of the sign.
Oh, neat.
So Jonathan's son, John, actually became a practical horseshoer. And they just used the back of the sign. So that was his, that's what they did.
So neat.
Yeah, they didn't waste anything.
Oh.
That was pretty remarkable.
I'm kind of scared.
It's the original ice house. This is where they kept the big blocks of ice to keep everything cold. We actually have turned it into a bathroom. But unfortunately for you guys, it's not open until May. We do close it down in the winter because it is so cold. But you can see, it's pretty well insulated and it's freezing in there. Yes.
Leave us alone.
It's his bedtime. And I didn't warn him
You're
that there were
fine.
people coming. So that's my fault and I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'll
it's
deal with
Saturday.
him.
It's Saturday. Stay
Yeah.
up tonight.
Oh no.
Come on, play.
It's bath time and we're in the washroom and maybe that's why he's saying leave us alone.
I'm talking about Julius.
Okay, I'm just gonna stand over here.
Something happened?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed it.
Oh yeah.
What'd you do? What happened?
I just heard this.
Maybe it was him, Julius.
He's not happy. So anyway, this is the washroom. This is where they did their laundry and where they took their bath. And that big white thing there was the bathtub. That was just a sink.
Behind you, Shinta.
Yeah.
I know, but I was.
It doesn't look that big.
No, it doesn't.
Was it like
Put your
squatted?
feet in the center.
Oh, I
and you
see.
Sat on that
Oh,
little-
I see. Okay.
Yeah. See how it's nice,
Yeah.
nicely shaped for little tiny 1800 buns.
Yeah.
Not the
Not today's.
19 yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Thank my mother.
Me too.
Cistern. So this big brown box is the cistern, and that catches all the rainwater that comes from the roof. And so they would use the water in that big tank for washing and cleaning and things like that. They did have a hand pump up here, and then eventually they had piped water up.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah. William was ahead of his time, and Julius was stuck in his. Yeah. I sometimes get the feeling that Julius never really wanted this life. But, if your dad was a doctor, you were a doctor.
Right.
If your dad was the lawyer, you're the lawyer. So I think, he really didn't get much of a choice. We know that he had a love for film and the circus, just like his daughter. So who knows, if he had been able to do what he wanted to do, what could have been done.
Old stove like that.
It looks like one pancake.
Somebody changing?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, I know. You hear creaking moving around?
Hey guys, so we just arrived to Palmyra about 2 hours ago. We were doing a walkthrough with the owner. I just wanted to give you guys kind of a couple of different other rooms. So this room currently right now is the washroom. This is where they would actually take the bath. So they would sit on that seat and then put their feet down there. You can see how big these clothespins are. This is the wash bin they used. And this is the ice box. They would put the ice in here. It says ice box was filled with a block of ice on the top and kept items cool for a good week. Ice was delivered once or twice a week. When we first came up here, in the wash area, we were coming up the stairs right here. I heard a voice say, "Get out of here." And the owner was telling us that it's probably Jonas, because after 9 o'clock, he gets really angry, people coming in this spot. He does not like us going into his bedroom, so we're actually going to go in there. I know it's hard to see, but because it's so dark in here. Here we go. This is, we were just told, that is the death room. The owners that used to live here before, back in the early 1900s, actually died in this room. Every single one of them except one of them. And one lady also gave birth in this room. So this is a good room we're going to check out later too, to investigate. It's a dining room. It's the pantry.
The biggest victory. Oh my gosh. It seemed like it took forever, but.
So this room's pretty cool. We were just told that a little girl named Holly, which we're going to do later too, actually lives underneath this table. That's why there's toys there. And she's more prone to females, so one of us girls might try it. But if you put your hand down there, she will touch it if you wait enough and then draw circles on your hands or different shapes. And sometimes she will come out of the table, underneath the table. And then this underneath here, apparently 2 little boys stay there and they're her watchers. So if they watch this area right here, and if they see anything scary or bad, they go and tell Holly.
So we do have some children here. As far as does Sybil know about them, she says she doesn't, but I don't believe her. Because Sybil she was very special, and she was a spiritualist, and she knew who was here and who wasn't here. And I think that she did know about Holly. She knew about the kids in the fire. 1, because she was here, and 2, she saw them. She saw them coming out of the fire. So that's a big thing for her. But, if you ask her, do you know who Holly is? And she'll say, no. And Holly will say, no, I don't know who they are. She doesn't know the Phelps family. So it's kind of interesting. But if you ask Eddie at the other building, if he remembers Mr. Phelps, he will say yes. And he will say he was mean. Because he was grumpy. He was a grumpy man. But it's kind of interesting to see the interaction, because Market Street was kind of busy, and you knew your neighbors. That was the good thing. So
with Holly, is she more prone to talk to females or males?
yes, females.
Females, okay.
Yep. She's not opposed to talking to males. She has a very good relationship with Bonnie's husband, Steve. But Steve is... He is...
I said Steven when I was at the hotel. I said, who's Steven? He goes, I don't know.
There you go.
I see.
Yeah.
Wow, see? Something's picking up something.
He is a very sensitive empath. So when he comes
That's
here,
creepy.
it takes a huge toll on him. I don't think he's been up here in a while. I mean, just for him to come in, if anything's going on over at the main museum and he comes in and he's there for more than 15 minutes, he gets all... emotional, and all of a sudden he's like, I gotta go, and if you didn't know, if you didn't know him,
Right.
you would think oh, what the heck is wrong with him? But for those of us that know, it's it's too much for him, and he's gotta go. He had some really emotional things happen over here, and it was getting to the point where Holly was like, where's Steve? Where's Steve? And so we would be like, hey, Steve, do you think you could, come over? And, it was hard. It was hard for him. So it's really interesting. And, people do get emotional over here. She's a special little girl.
How did she die, you
I was
said?
gonna say, do we know how
She was
died?
killed out front. She was playing outside, and there was a wagon, horse and wagon on the main street that came untied and came down and ran her over. And unfortunately, by the time they got her up here, it was too late.
Yes. Holly, is that easier for you? I don't know. So I don't know if you can zoom in on it, Adam. This is the spirit box we're using. It's called Necrophonic. It's pretty much a lot easier without instead of the white noise. So you can hear it better.
I can't zoom in.
Yes. Can you move the ball for me, Holly? Not Holly.
Who's under the table?
We just saw ball. 3 of us. There's 3 kids.
Can you move the ball?
Holly.
Is that what it said? Mm-hmm. Lee. They just said Lee. Hi. Are you hiding?
So I think one of the things about Sybil that I have always admired about her is that, people saw her and they thought she was just some crazy, eccentric person, because she could be seen walking around town and kind of mumbling and, talking to herself or whatever. But I honestly, in my heart of hearts, I feel like she set this all up. Like she knew that someday people would be coming through her home and would be able to know her story because she wasn't allowed to do what she wanted to do. She basically, her father, she wanted to be an actress, and she was in New York City, and she told her dad, hey, I need money. And he basically said, too bad. And he gave her 2 choices. She could come home and she could get a job, make some money, or she could come home and she could get married. And that was her other choice. And she chose not to. She chose not to get married. She chose not to work in the store. She did have a job. She worked for a monument company. But, she kept everything, never throwing anything out. So when at the end of the day, 1976 shows up and she's, in the hospital and then she dies, it's like, now what? I really feel like she knew what she was doing. I really do, because why else?
It's amazing.
Yeah. This is 1826. Hand painted. This is the oilcloth linoleum. And so is this one in here. Very, very rare.
It's neat.
Is he in it?
It's amazing how much this piece of floor is really thin.
Yep.
So there's lace on the bed.
Yeah.
That was for modesty.
Oh.
Yeah. You know how we wear those little tank tops
Oh, I see.
underneath?
Yeah.
They had lace.
Okay.
Classy.
I told him. Oh,
Kind of dig this wallpaper, actually. I kind of
Yeah.
like this one.
Yeah.
yeah, that got me.
The nice thing is...
It's old nightgowns.
I mean, without really having
blouse.
to change too much, if you didn't mind some of the fancy grand.
Are you scared?
It was Sybil's birthday, and every year we have a party for her.
Easy.
Party.
Who's having a party?
So that bedroom over there that we walked through, that's what they called the sick room. And that's where all of the family members passed away, with the exception of Sybil. Sybil was in the hospital when she died. But she was born in there. So that's why that room is pretty special. It was also Julius's bedroom. And I highly recommend don't go in after 9, because he does not like people in his house, let alone his bedroom.
What room is that, you said?
It's the one over here off the dining room.
Okay.
Yep. And he will tell you.
On that note, me and you,
Get out.
we're gonna have some fun.
I was gonna say, should we try it?
Yeah.
I have seen him lift and levitate a crystal ball this big off of a table about this high for about a minute.
Wow.
Because it
Pretty
was
strong.
5 minutes after 9. And we had gone through that day and we said, we promise everybody will be out of here. So we promised Julius, and this was like a while ago because Bonnie went through with the tape recorder. That's how long ago it was.
Yeah.
But, and she went through and she said, Julius, we will make sure everybody's out of here at 9 o'clock. Is that okay with you? Do you agree? And we waited, and then we played it back, and we heard yes. Well, it was 5 after 9, and we're knocking on the door, and we're like, Reverend Lynn, you got to get out of there. You got to go. We got to get done. He's not going to like it. And all of a sudden, we heard her, and I'm standing in the doorway, and I'm watching this crystal ball, and her crystal ball's name is Big Bertha, and it's huge. It was big, and she said, Julius, if you crack my crystal ball, I will send you to hell. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not going to end well. And it dropped, and we thought for sure not a scratch on it.
Wow.
So she just kind of packed up, and she was like, I would have done it. I said, I know you would have.
Whose house are we in?
It's mine.
So they really have nothing to do with Sybil or the Phelps family. There is a little girl that resides under the table, and those are for her. And we have other investigators who have come, who've interacted with her. We actually have some kids that come here and interact with her, and they will bring her toys. And her name is Holly. And Holly is generally found under the table over by the fireplace. And she was here around 1836. She was here because there was a boarding house on the 2nd and 3rd floor. And she was here with a couple of people that we're not going to mention while we're here.
Okay.
Because we don't want to encourage anyone to come. But anyway, so if you're very lucky and patient, you can put your hand under the table and talk to Holly. She's 6 years old, and she will hold your hand. She has been known to draw shapes on the palm of your hand. Sometimes when she's feeling very brave, she will come out. She'll sit on your lap. And sometimes she'll just touch your shoulder. So it just depends on her level of comfort.
Okay. So we just got on the spirit box table, and then we kept hearing noises over here. So this is where Holly, underneath that table, likes to... Oh, there's the ball. I wonder if she wanted to play. Remember she said ball?
Did you guys pull the ball out?
No.
Were you playing with Holly?
The ball's out.
Did you guys move
Nobody-
the
I
ball?
did not touch the ball.
Nobody was out here. No, Adam was sitting there.
Yeah, I was actually sitting right down on
He
that.
was sitting there,
Right in that
so he
spot.
would have been sitting on it.
Okay. Somebody move the ball then.
Mike, that ball's moved.
That ball moved
That-
right where I was sitting on.
Nobody's been in here.
That blue ball. Yeah, it's really sitting where I was sitting.
It's on the floor.
That cannot be it though.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
It's like a good hey. Did I just hear a hey? Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Is she? It's like a girl, a little
Yeah.
girl.
Do you want to play?
Try putting the ball underneath the tail and see if she'll roll it. And we can't.
Chantal, can you hold this?
Went into the room we're just in.
Oh. I just wanted to see if I can get anything. So they said if you put your hand underneath here, she's supposed to touch it.
Yep.
So this is Holly.
That's where
How
Adam
old?
was.
She's 8.
6.
She's 6.
There's like orbs galore on here.
Yeah, it's the dust. My name's Sheila. Can you touch my hand? Or draw a shape on my hand? Can you move that ball? You want to play catch? I just felt a tingle. Are you touching my hand? My arm is going numb right now. Can you draw something on my hand, like a shape? My whole arm, my whole hand is like numb right now. Like that tingling feeling. Somebody else?
It's the window.
Oh. Ow. Know the kids, their boys' names you said or no?
I know these guys, yeah. It's Jeremiah and Lee.
Okay. What was that? I just heard a female voice over in that room. That was adult. Like straight ahead, like one of those chairs. Who's over in that room? I don't know how to get out. Did you just whisper?
No.
Is somebody walking? Is that Greg? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that was like what I kept hearing when we were down in the bar room.
The single lady over there is Mary Louise.
And she was a daughter, you said?
She was, yeah, she was
Okay.
their daughter, William and Catherine's daughter, Sybil's aunt.
Like I'm in your way, sorry.
No, I'm showing you.
Oh. Okay.
These are pretty rare. The only other set that we know of is in Temple.
I thought somebody was going upstairs. I thought one of us was going upstairs.
Did you see somebody?
What time is it? Because it could be, it might be Sybil.
8:10.
Ready for bed?
8:10.
Is it? Okay, yeah.
I didn't see anything. I just felt
Yeah.
like somebody was going up the stairs.
Well, I was
Felt and heard.
I said, look at these stairs. That's all I said.
I know, but I literally thought somebody was
going
like
up
on
the
the stairs.
stairs?
I didn't realize it was that big in here.
Yeah. Well, and then all the bedrooms are on the 3rd floor, and there's 6 bedrooms.
Wow.
Right.
Ed was 9.
Paul, and I just said. Paul, my father, right?
Yes.
Yep. Paul's not supposed to be here. He's not allowed.
There's blood.
There's blood.
That's what you said. Is there another area you'd like us to go check out?
Good question.
Where would you like us to go? Where's more convenient to talk with us? Hello?
Where do you feel comfortable talking?
Where's that room that they don't like us going in?
Here? Oh, Julia, probably just Julius's bedroom.
Do not. He's sleeping now.
Are you sleeping?
We won't bug you if you're sleeping.
We'll let you sleep.
Love their style. That's actually coming back to me.
Okay, I don't know if that was a squeak or someone
Yeah, I
saying
heard that
something.
too. What was that? Let's go over here. I don't mind this room, but that room? I don't like that room.
Mm-hmm.
I saw something in there.
Why'd you run?
What's in the attic?
He goes, ha ha ha. Get out.
Sheila's doing the spirit box. We're still at the Phelps store.
Huh?
We're on the 3rd story upstairs where the bedrooms were.
Get off me. What do you want? Big crash.
Who was just mumbling downstairs?
Whose bedroom am I standing by? Whose bedroom is this to my side?
I just heard like an old piano play. Hi. Holly. Is it Holly? I'm here.
K2's going off a little bit. Can you do that again, thank you? Can you light those lights up? You're just blinking a little bit. Can you do it again? Light those lights
Piano
I
up.
again.
hear that piano from here.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Clear as day. You heard from here?
See what she's doing is she can hear this through the spirit box running through the headphones. So what questions we ask, she's able to maybe
Haha.
tell us.
That was female.
Is that you, Holly?
I did it. Yeah.
Who did what?
Red flag. Morgan. I want you to see me.
Where should we see you at? Where do you want us to look?
I'm not comfortable.
I'm confused.
I'm gonna ask this question. Are you in the attic? Leave now. Someone just touched my leg.
No.
Someone just touched my leg. A boy.
Wasn't me.
It was not me.
It was not
Your
me either.
sister is right
Pretty.
there.
I had my hands in my
Armed
pockets.
robbery.
What?
Who's the
Go from
boy?
grabbing the arm rob?
Who's the boy that touched Sheila?
Did I do it?
Yeah, who did?
Who's playing touchy feely?
Do we confuse you by being here? Do you like our company? You don't want to talk now?
We fight.
Are you here with us, Sybil?
Sheila,
Yes, we know that's
you're
Sheila.
going down.
Oh. Why would you say that?
You summon.
No, we don't. Did
We
someone
don't.
else summon something here?
Fucker.
Do you enjoy us being here?
Fucker.
Obviously not.
Take that as a no.
Wherever you live.
Are you tired of us all being here? That was in here.
Something moving?
Yep.
He was clean.
Are you doing something in there?
Sam is clean.
Santa?
Who's Sam? That's me asking the question.
Same, same.
I'll get him.
Someone's below us moving.
Soviet.
Right now we're in Sybil's room, I am. I just heard something come from in here. So,
I mean it, man.
Oh.
Sheila's getting a little bit of activity.
And you can.
Spirit box going a little crazy. It's a little tough to understand what the questions are, but this is the third floor. This is where the bedrooms were. Who's here with us still? Whose room am I in? Whose bedroom is this?
Your bedroom?
What? You don't like me being in this bedroom? Is that why?
I don't know.
Whose bedroom are we in now?
Leave now. Just leave now. Leave again, just leave now. No, it wasn't.
Dude, that's literally coming from that room.
I'm observing. Time to go. go out. Henry again.
Who's Henry?
Somebody that follows me around.
What the hell is that?
I don't know.
Did you hear
I
that?
heard that.
Did you hear something?
Yeah.
Yeah. It almost sounded like the table.
Yeah,
Like
like-
push the chair away from the table.
Are you in here or downstairs moving it? Do it again. Make it louder so we can hear you. People outside.
him.
Who's him? Someone move something?
Gonna cuss? That was Mal. I'm so sorry.
Who are we talking
It
to?
happens.
You're having a full-on conversation with someone else we don't even know. Who are we speaking to?
Don't go in there.
Okay, I will then. Where was that the other room you want me to go in? Where do you want me to go? This room?
Wagon?
The wagon room. There's a wagon in this room over here. Is that where you...
Go. Anyway.
Okay. You want me to go in this wagon room still? Couple of wagons in here. So what she's saying through the headphones is what she's hearing through that the spirit box. So she doesn't know the questions we're actually saying to her. So whatever she's saying, I'm trying to do. So
Get out.
she can't hear me asking the questions. So
I do not want you.
I don't want to.
I don't want you in there, Mike.
That one was female.
do you want me back?
Female.
Do you want me back in your room, Sybil? Civil. I can't even say it. Why didn't you want to take over your father's store?
Baker? Baker or Faker?
Where else would you like us to go? Should we go back
That's
over?
all.
That's it? Do you want us to go somewhere else? Should we go
We're
over?
moving.
Well, you don't like Greg moving around in the other room?
A lot of these are male coming in, by the way.
Should we go back over to the main museum now? And see the children?
Whatever you want to do with it.
He's here.
Who's here?
There's a card.
Who's here with us?
Jesus. He go down.
Said earlier too.
Yeah.
I just saw something downstairs.
Whoa. Cheating cards.
Look down or get down.
2 pair.
I just did look down. I saw something down there.
I think I said look down.
We're looking down.
Oh.
I'm scared.
I've been down.
I
I've
did.
been looking down there since we sat here, and I feel like I finally saw something down there.
Can you come up this way?
It seems like they always go in a room that we're not in anymore.
I think I said railing.
Okay, I ain't touching it. Oh,
Jesus.
okay, too.
Yeah.
I have my eyes closed. So.
Touch that again.
Close your eyes.
K2 action. Holy shit.
That's going up.
Thank you. Do you not like us doing that? Is that why?
I need to make sure it's on.
This isn't. Oh my god.
We're getting K2 now. Okay, now you want to talk. Make it go red. Go all the way to red then. This is the K2, so we're obviously getting interference and...
Jumped in that.
It said I can't.
That noise she makes.
Little horse.
It's really hard.
If that was you, can you go near it again? That's not your phone, Mike.
In the room.
Which room?
Come and get something.
Are you in the room with the money?
Something Miller.
Beer.
Is it Miller time?
Get out.
We only got about half an hour left. Where would you like us to go now? Should we go check out the basement at the museum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Bar?
Yeah, the bar. Yeah, that's over there.
We'll go over there.
Ready for you
Are
here.
you buying me one?
Are you guys still over there having a couple of drinks?
I think I have Fireball in my car.
Oh. Okay.
What is it?
What are we doing?
Too bad I gotta
Nothing.
drive an hour and a half.
We're literally asking if it wants us to go next door. It's like, yeah, go over there to the bar down to the basement. Yes, go to the
Oh,
bar.
okay.
So,
Is there a bar?
yeah, the old bar down there. That's where it
Oh, that's
was.
weird.
It told us to go to the bar, to the basement, it told us. And we're like, where should we go after that? Go to the bar and go to the basement.
So I'm doing some automatic writing. And if you don't know what that is, we kind of just go like this, and then spirits are supposed to come through me and kind of write on everything, write something.
Turn that light off, Alan.
It's my first time doing this, so we're gonna try it. Okay.
Never mind. Put it
Never
back
mind.
down. Oh, sorry.
And Mike's gonna do the spirit box again. Who's here? Just got something with J.
Can you tell us your name?
It might just look like scribbles now, but so you can see. Yeah.
Or something.
He's behind me. If almost sounded like it was here.
Who's leaving?
Nobody's leaving.
Others.
Thought I just saw a shadow over there.
They follow us.
Who's the other? Who's the run?
Mike.
That's weird because I just wrote run before he said that.
Heather.
Who's with a J? You know the J.
Ma'am.
Man?
Mamie.
Your shield.
Huh?
Mamie's the mom.
You have a name.
Me? My name is Sheila. What's your name? Something with a J?
Leave.
I just heard Paul again.
Kickstand fall.
Like somebody near me. I just heard Paul.
Wait.
Can you ever forget kickstand? Oh.
Yeah, I get seagulls by my house.
Somebody left.
Who left? I just said run again.
They didn't go. Damn.
What's your name?
Come. They're moving.
Where are you right now?
Huh?
Oh, I was asking a question.
What's up with the S?
I'm gonna do a little walk around. Show off this awesome store. These are real eggs left here from 1940.
Yeah.
Everything's been left here since then, right? Correct?
That is correct.
Correct.
Can you give me your name?
Oh, you made the syrup? Great.
I keep getting a whiff of like alcohol.
What's up with the M? Is there an M? No? Is there an M? The M.
10 years old.
10 years old? But she wasn't. Who's 10 years old?
Here you go.
Lisa? Here you go. You tell me your name right now?
Away with it. Mr. Dunning. Holy shit!
Oh my god, that's his last name. Oh my god.
Yes, that's my name. What do you want?
Professional, like kind of like the old school
Right.
Mr. Dunnick, yeah.
It said Mr. Dunning. Thomas. Perfect day.
Sorry, it's okay.
What's your name? Who are we talking?
Jesus.
Did I say
Jesus.
Yeah.
Are you talking to
Talking
Jesus?
to Jesus? What's your real name?
So after each investigation, we do a blessing just to make sure the spirits don't follow us home and that they stay here. So you spread your arms out. I don't know how.
Humana. Two flags. Humana.
I'm in a bad
Let's set some protectors and let nothing happen to us.
Me too.
Do not follow.
So don't follow us. Blessing the spirit, you stay here. You're welcome to follow, and this is supposed to keep the spirits away and keep them at peace. So, alright, always bless yourself and protect yourself.
Thanks for watching, guys. I'll be posting the documentary soon. No, because the other one's not moving. So we went to just come film outside the next morning, and you can see the lights moving in there. There's no wind or nothing.
And it's even glassed in here.
It's what?
It's glassed in too. So there's no wind getting in.
Yeah, it's like a glass case. Do you guys see that? Yeah, because look, when this one over here is not moving.
No.
Look, the exact same thing as on this side.
It's a ghost of this moving. It's a spirit.
So this is our hotel. We just got back from the investigation. Yep. So hopefully you guys enjoy it.